Rap ain't just music, it's culture. And with that culture comes respect. Or disrespect. And when a rapper moves the wrong way, the streets are always there to check them. These are times rappers got checked by goons. Kodak Black ain't new to pressure. From the projects in Pompano to the bright lights of Hollywood, Yak's always carried himself like he's ready for whatever. But in LA, he learned quick. It doesn't matter how famous you are, the streets will still check you.
Legendary, guys.
Whatever y'all want to do, we gonna walk this way. Give us some room, give us some room. Give us sideways. Make a line. We ain't trying to bump into y'all bumping us. The real ones.
A fight broke out on the sidewalk and it escalated faster than anybody could blink. True to his reputation, Kodak didn't back down. He jumped straight into the mix, throwing hands, standing his ground, letting everybody know he wasn't scared of nobody.
Whoa! What?
But just when it looked like he had the situation handled, the energy shifted. Out of nowhere, a masked shooter pulled up and let off rounds in his direction. What started as a street fight turned into a gunfight. The kind of chaos where one wrong move could end everything. Dodging bullets in the middle of LA wasn't part of the plan, but that's the level of danger Kodak found himself in. 1 second defending himself, the next second fighting to stay alive. Dodging bullets is scary enough, but having a gun pulled on you over nothing is even crazier. Rico Reckless, the rapper from Chicago, Illinois, known for his raw drill sound and wild, unpredictable personality, has been in wild situations before, but this one came out of nowhere. What started as a regular stop at a gas station turned into something much more dangerous when a group of fans pulled up on him. At first it was friendly, laughs, pictures, just another night outside.
Scary,
Really scared.
Hey. Look at him. Yeah.
But then one of them, going by the name 100K Tuck, tried to flex his reputation. Out of nowhere, he flashed his gun, turning the vibe from playful to deadly in seconds.
He right here lacking, y'all. He right here lacking, y'all. Hey, folks.
Rico tried to keep it cool, moving back toward his car, but Tuck wasn't letting him slide. He stepped up and pointed the gun directly at Rico, putting him in the worst position possible, trapped between backing down and fighting for his life.
We don't the not doing that racing, cause we got them poles, them poles. Them people don't, we don't play with all that.
As Rico made his move to leave, Tuck opened fire. Bullets ripped through the air as Rico sped off, lucky to escape without catching anything fatal.
Jumping the racing there like that.
Later, Rico broke down the entire encounter in a Vlad TV interview, making it clear the whole thing wasn't clout, it was real life.
Man, but you in the gas station with me with your heat though, like clap this, like get out. They waited till I got far as hell, then get the clap in the heat, and I ended up just getting shot in the back.
Over a picture?
The whole incident showed that in this game, even something as small as a gas stop can flip into a life or death situation. And for Rico Reckless, survival wasn't about chains or clout. It was about making it home alive. For some rappers, karma has a way of catching up no matter where you hide. If anybody embodies the phrase, snitches get stitches, it's 6ix9ine. He built his entire image on being a gangster, but when the feds closed in back in 2018, he flipped fast, testifying against his own 9 Trey crew. From that moment on, the streets labeled him a rat. Still, after prison, 6ix9ine tried to slide back into trolling like nothing happened. But the truth is, the streets never forget. And on March 21st, 2023, karma caught up with him inside a Florida gym. In the bathroom, a group of men ran down on the rainbow-haired rapper. He tried to swing back, but the numbers weren't in his favor. He was outmatched from the start. Even when he stumbled out of the bathroom, hoping to escape, the goons kept pressing him as cameras rolled.
I know, I ain't jumping, bro. I'm
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Within minutes, the beating was all over the internet. What was a brutal check in real life became instant viral content online. Millions of people watching the tough guy get humbled. And if that wasn't enough, the next story shows how fast things can get real. Lil Wayne, the rapper who went from being Cash Money's youngest star to becoming one of the most influential artists of his generation, was leaving a club back in 2015 after what should have been a normal night. But the tension brewing behind the scenes was about to spill over. The man at the center of it? Pee Wee Roscoe, Birdman's tour manager, and someone with heavy blood ties. Not the kind of person you could just brush off. As Wayne's convoy rolled out, Pee Wee made his move. He jumped into a white Camaro, trailing the tour buses before letting off shots at Wayne's vehicle in motion. Bullets ripped through the bus, causing over $20,000 in damage. And if even one of those rounds had landed where Wayne or his crew were sitting, the night would have ended in tragedy. What looked like just another night leaving the club turned into an ambush, showing just how fast things can flip when gang politics are involved. From the streets to the stage, disrespect don't fly anywhere. This next rapper found that out quick. Travis Scott, the visionary who blurred the lines between hip-hop, rock, and psychedelic soundscapes, found out the hard way that dissing a hometown legend on their own turf is never the right move. While on stage in Virginia with Young Thug, he got a little too bold and decided to throw shots at Trey Songz, a name that's treated like royalty in the state.
Trey Songz, man.
Word didn't take long to spread. Before the night was over, Trey's squad pulled up, ready to check Travis and Thugger over the disrespect.
Young Thug. Got young Thug bust surrounded. I don't want to open the door and try to come to Virginia with that shit.
For a moment, things looked like they were about to get ugly. The type of energy where one wrong word could spark chaos.
Y'all industry, man, think y'all gonna come down here and get over on. Nah, gonna shut that shit down on sight. You know what I'm saying?
Even without fists flying, the message was loud and clear. When you're in another man's city, you better respect the soil. Travis and Thug walked away from Virginia with nothing more than a warning, but it could have been much worse if pride got in the way. And the whole incident proved that clout chasing in the wrong city can bring heat faster than you expect. For Travis Scott, it was a lesson in knowing when to talk slick and when to keep quiet. At least he got a warning. Some rappers walk into enemy territory and never make it out. Lil CJ Casino, one of the raw voices coming out of Fort Worth, Texas, and known for his gritty street anthems and unfiltered storytelling, made a fatal mistake when he decided to roll up into his enemy's neighborhood like he ran the place.
Got in Jesus Christ, come stretch on blood gang, come, yeah, just like that. Y'all see where I'm at on blood. I ain't nobody in the car with me.
But while CJ was busy stunting for his followers, his ops weren't about to let him disrespect their hood and walk away clean. It didn't take long before word spread, and before CJ knew it, cars started circling and eyes were on him from every corner.
Come on with that, let's get that. On block, still got my little cornrow on stop six.
Flexing in the wrong neighborhood is dangerous enough, but broadcasting your exact location while doing it is even dumber. For Lil CJ Casino, the stunt was supposed to be a flex, but instead, it turned into a reality check that nearly cost him his life. Indian Red Boy, born Zerael Dijon Rivera, was an up-and-coming rapper out of Inglewood, California, known for his ties to the Bloods and his presence on social media. His music and lifestyle reflected the world he grew up in. He was just starting to make real noise in LA's rap scene when his life came to a sudden end on July 8, 2021. The 21-year-old was sitting in his car in Hawthorne, casually vibing on Instagram Live with his homie Capone when gunshots rang out without warning.
Damn about that, fool. I got these.
as the stream caught the chaos in real time, Red scrambling, bleeding, trying to call out for help as Capone watched in shock on the other end. Word on the street was, this wasn't random. Many believe the Rolling 60s were sending a message, retaliating after Indian Red Boy allegedly disrespected Nipsey Hussle's memorial mural. In LA politics, that kind of move don't go unanswered. For a rising rapper who thought he was untouchable, it was a harsh reminder of how quick things can turn when the streets decide it's your time. Rich the Kid, born Dimitri Leslie Roger, rose from Atlanta's underground to become one of the most recognizable names in modern hip-hop and became known for his flashy lifestyle, entrepreneurial moves, and collaborations with some of the biggest stars in the game. Rich, the Kid's flashy persona, came back to haunt him when his long-running tension with Lil Uzi Vert spilled over into the real world. What started as internet smoke quickly turned into something you couldn't just log out of.
I know you had friends, but you know. What we doing? I'm trying to find out. You jumped off the car.
When Uzi pulled up on Rich, he wasn't on friendly timing. No words, no warnings, just straight pressure. Instead of letting it slide, Uzi pressed the issue right there in public, chasing Rich down in broad daylight like he had something to prove. The madness ended inside a Starbucks, of all places, with Rich ducking behind the counter like it was his last safe zone, while Uzi stayed on go. For Rich, the message was clear. Some beefs don't get solved with tweets and IG posts. And no matter the image you project, running into a coffee shop to escape your op doesn't fit the heavyweight label. Claiming you can compete with legends brings different problems, just like it did for this rapper. French Montana, born Kareem Karbouch in Morocco and raised in the Bronx, built his career from the ground up. He became known for his infectious hooks and international flavor, eventually turning his immigrant story into a blueprint for success. French Montana thought he could spark a friendly debate in April 2020 when he claimed he had more hits than Kendrick Lamar. But instead of boosting his stock, it set the internet on fire. And one person who wasn't having it was Young Thug. Thug didn't let it slide. He jumped on Instagram to check French, calling him out for disrespecting Kendrick by even suggesting he was on that level.
Put your lips on Instagram for $0. Stupid ass said he got more hits than Kendrick Lamar.
But instead of letting it cool off, French tried to shift the spotlight, clowning Thug's fashion sense instead of addressing the Kendrick comment.
Hey, Thug, man. Thank you for wearing that skirt for me on those styles. You heard? Hold the cap.
Hold it.
You know.
Thug kept it calm at first, telling French not to take things so personal.
Get out of your feelings. I'm only speaking from an artist standpoint. You do not have nowhere near more hits than Kendrick Lamar whatsoever. You probably won't ever have more hits than Buddy.
But French wouldn't stop pressing the issue, and that's when Thug had to remind him who he was really dealing with. French's whole tone changed after that. Just days later, he went on live with Fat Joe, saying everything was cool and the beef was behind them.
Dang, I ain't got no beef with him. It wasn't no real beef. You know what I'm saying? It was a miscommunication about something. And as far as the Kendrick thing, I guess Hot 97.
French learned a tough lesson. In rap, there are some lines you don't cross. Going after Kendrick made fans laugh, but trying to spar with Young Thug had him backing down real fast. While some rappers get checked and move on, others end up carrying a whole different kind of weight, like XXX Tentacion. X, born Jose Dwayne Ricardo Onfroy, was one of the most polarizing yet influential artists of his generation. Rising from SoundCloud's underground scene, he became a voice for millions of young fans who connected with his raw, emotional music. But while his artistry pushed boundaries, his personal life and legal troubles made him one of the most controversial figures in hip-hop. While on tour in Amsterdam, Drake previewed some unreleased music for fans. But the second it hit the crowd, people noticed something strange. The flow sounded almost identical to X's style. X, never one to stay quiet, called him out directly, accusing Drake of stealing his sound.
You gotta listen to this. So he plays this. I hear da 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 da. I'm like, what the f? As soon as it started, like I knew he was getting that.
Situation didn't die there. Offset from Migos chimed in, downplaying X's influence like he wasn't the one who had shifted an entire generation's sound.
You niggas silly, you know what I'm saying, on live. Y'all silly. How you ain't heard of it? That's why you stole their swag. You ain't even heard you, Sean.
X fired back instantly.
Hey man, tell this Offset to get off of dick, man. F you on your dick for him, man. Yo, man, always on somebody's dick, man. Shut your up, man.
Not long after, things turned physical. Outside his hotel, X was spotted alone when a group ran up on him in broad daylight. He tried to fight them off, but outnumbered and with no security, the ambush quickly overwhelmed him. Whether that attack was tied to the drama with Migos was never proven, but fans were convinced. Then came the day that changed everything. On June 18, 2018, after visiting a motorcycle shop in Deerfield Beach, Florida, X's car was suddenly blocked in by a dark SUV. Two armed men jumped out and, without hesitation, opened fire. XXXXXTentacion was killed instantly, and while his death shook the rap world, it wasn't tied to industry beef, it was a robbery gone wrong. Just 20 years old. Gone before help could even arrive. He left behind a legacy as controversial as it was groundbreaking, a reminder that in hip-hop, fame doesn't always equal safety. And while some rappers age into legends, others have their run cut down in the middle of it. KTS Dre, born Londre Sylvester, was a Chicago rapper known more for his violent reputation than his music. Coming up in the heart of Chicago's drill scene, Dre carried a name that struck fear on the streets: Kill to Survive. KTS Dre and the Cutthroats have been locked in a bloody feud with NLMB for over a decade. It all traces back to 2008, when Lil Pez from KTS was killed. Dre's camp blamed NLMB for the hit, and from that point on, it was war on sight. One night, things boiled over. KTS Dre and his crew slid through their ops block and caught NLMB Cairo slipping at a McDonald's. On camera, Dre pressed him heavy, smacking him up, trying to force Cairo to diss his own set. But Cairo stood on business and refused to fold. Security eventually broke it up and pushed everyone outside.
Right now! Say rock! What? Say it. Hey, ain't no unzipping enough. Say rock! Say it. Don't be scared, little.
But street beef don't just end with words. Not long after, shots started ringing out. That same energy Dre brought to NLMB ended up circling back. Vaughn, one of Dre's closest allies, got caught lacking later on and was taken out at just 21. The tension kept spilling online too. Dre and Cairo hopped on IG Live, trading insults back and forth.
I never ran you. I only sent you one time. In person. And that was that day, and I ain't even run that day.
Dre doubled down from behind bars, dissing fallen NLMB members and even G Herbo's brother, who had been killed inside a barbershop.
I got a missing tooth, and I got shot in my head. Left eye be loose as hell. Look at me, though. On Cutthroat Gun, you won't want your following me. You won't want your alone nowhere with me. You won't want your to see me nowhere. Y'all be on this cracking zote. Do you see me, though?
Moves like that don't go unnoticed. The streets keep receipts. After serving time, Dre finally bonded out in 2021. His girl and grandma came to pick him up outside Cook County Jail. But before he could even breathe free air, two cars pulled up and masked gunmen jumped out.
KTS Dre. He'd just been bailed out, and police say he was ambushed by two men who got out of a vehicle near the jail. Sylvester was shot as many as 64 times and pronounced dead at Mount Sinai.
Dre was sprayed with 64 bullets right there in front of the jail. His grandma and another bystander got hit but survived. Dre wasn't so lucky. He checked out at just 31 years old. No official arrests were made, but word in the streets pointed straight at NLMB. Payback for years of disrespect and dead homie talk. When you live that life, the danger doesn't end when the doors of the jail swing open. Sometimes that's exactly where the ops are waiting. And if it's not you, it could be the people closest to you, like what this next rapper had to go through after messing with the wrong goons. Honeycomb Brazy, a rising rapper out of Chicago, known for his gritty storytelling and authentic drill sound, learned the hard way that the streets don't forget, and they sure as hell don't forgive. Back in 2016, fresh out of prison, Brazy allegedly got caught up in a deadly situation. The victim? Ladarius Stank Moore, a childhood friend turned rival. Word on the block was Brazy was moving weight when Stank kicked down his girl's door. Words were exchanged, things escalated, and next thing you know, Stank's gone. The hood felt this one. Stank wasn't just anyone. He was loved and respected. Brazy denied involvement and beat the charges.
I didn't look, man, I killed brothers in real life, locked up for murder, killed his brother, and still his brother's brothers. You see what I'm saying? This real life, this is my...
But even his closest allies weren't convinced. They turned their backs, leaving him isolated. Fast forward to 2020, Brazy's out in Montgomery, flexing on live with his crew outside a barbershop rocking a Kobe jersey.
Yeah, man, it was too big, so I had to buy another one. I had to buy another one, man.
We need a big man. Whoever the big man stopping on nigga for real in the post for real, come get it, man.
Yeah, you gotta be shooting that hoe like Kobe.
We catching that bitch out of the rebound for real, come get it.
Got it?
Come get it for real. Come get it, man. You gotta be catching that bitch out of the rebound. Oh, my mama.
Boy, but his ops were watching. Gunfire erupted, the live feed cut, and chaos followed. Miraculously, everyone walked away.
Dead weight.
Even after that, Brazy didn't slow down. He was back online, back in the hood, playing the same dangerous game.
None of y'all get hit. Oh, they not the back one that? That what you wore? The cold part deal with. I'm on this side.
CCTV footage caught every move from another angle, showing just how close danger always was. Then February 2021 hit. Brazy's grandparents became the target, with over 100 shots fired. Their home set ablaze while they were inside. The streets went silent in shock. This wasn't random. It was retaliation. The man behind it, Darren Southall, Stank's uncle and a Gulf Cartel-linked kingpin. Police later linked him and his crew to the attack, but the damage was already done. Brazy survived. But the cost was personal, a stark reminder. In this life, your past can follow you anywhere, and sometimes it catches up with the people closest to you. But unlike Brazy, this next rapper wouldn't walk away. Julio Fulio, hailing from Chicago, made his mark in the drill rap scene with hard-hitting lyrics that reflect the harsh realities of street life, and became known for his raw delivery and connections within the city's music and street networks. Fulio was living that life, dodging bullets, and always on that hot boy energy. But on June 23rd, 2024, his luck ran out. He was celebrating his 26th birthday at a pool party in a Jacksonville Airbnb. The boys in blue shut it down fast, so Fulio and his crew bounced, thinking they could lay low at a Home 2 Suites in Tampa. But the ops were waiting. 5 masked men, all strapped and dressed in black, were lurking. When Fulio's car pulled up around 4:40 a.m., the shooters opened fire. By the time the smoke cleared, Fulio's ride was riddled with bullets, Swiss cheese style. Fulio was killed instantly. 3 of his homies got hit too, but they survived. This wasn't his first close call. Fulio had already survived 2 previous attempts on his life, one in 2021 and another in October 2023, where he caught a bullet in the foot. But this time the streets caught up.
You not no shooters. I ended my whole clip on my daddy. Stop playing with me. And I didn't get hit. I got grazed in the leg. Stop playing. On trading. I ended my whole clip. Stop playing.
Even after Fulio hopped on IG Live, breaking down the attack for fans and clowning his ops for missing over 100 shots.
Listen, on trading my gun and register, I shot back in self-defense. Y'all dumb. I shot back in self-defense. You don't think if I did something illegal, I would be in jail? The police put me in the back of the car.
Law enforcement moved fast. Suspects Sean Gathright, Alicia Andrews, and Isaiah Chance Jr., all late teens and early 20s, were arrested and face first-degree murder charges. 2 others, Davon and Rashard Murphy, remain at large. Word is this was gang-related beef. Fulio had been pushing buttons, stepping on toes, and the retaliation was swift and deadly. He lived by the gun, rapped about that life, and ultimately died by it. And just like Fulio, the next rapper found out the hard way that the streets don't forgive mistakes. Mubu Crump, born James King, was a Chicago rapper closely tied to the drill movement. As part of King Louie's Mubu gang, Mubu Crump wasn't just involved in rap beef, he was also deeply connected to the streets, and he was fueling it at every chance he got. Instead of letting things cool down with Dirk's camp, he kept pushing the line further and further. The moment that sealed his fate was when he crossed into dangerous territory by disrespecting the dead. Crump went live at the very spot where Newski, Dirk's cousin, was killed, mocking the tragedy like it was all entertainment.
Them left Newski. They left his ass right here. You feel me? They left his ass up here on folks and them tweaking.
If that wasn't enough, he doubled down. Crump pulled up to the location where Dirk's manager, Chino, had lost his life. And once again, he laughed, joked, and taunted on camera.
At my favorite spot, y'all. I just ordered my food.
But in the streets, moves like that don't go unanswered. On May 25th, 2018, Crump was outside a house party when a car slid up. Shots rang out, and he caught 4. He didn't make it out the hospital. When the news reached Lil Durk, his reaction made one thing clear. There was no sympathy for someone who disrespected the dead and went too far. Crump had crossed every boundary, and in the streets, disrespect like that comes with a price. While Crump's story ended in the streets, the next one played out on stage. Ms. Miami, a rising rapper out of Florida, became known for her raw street energy and unapologetic presence online. In 2020, Miami thought she was stepping into a rap battle, but what she brought to the stage had nothing to do with bars. The matchup was supposed to be a lyrical face-off against Coffee Brown, but Miami took it somewhere else entirely. Instead of just spitting, she started crossing lines, dropping a Crip flag on stage, talking reckless about the founder, and even getting all up in Coffee's space, shoulder bumping like she wanted to turn it physical.
Right now, I doubt it would dawn on them to save this bird. I put the Crip on her like you gave your word.
It got extra tense when Miami let it fly that she only respects dead Crips.
Only Crip I respect is a dead one. Toki, I'll get Geechee got, then I'm on your ass like what's up, Swoop?
Or that was the breaking point. Somebody in the crowd wasn't letting that slide and they rushed onto the stage, ready to handle her then and there. Luckily, cooler heads in the room stepped up fast, pulling things back before it turned into a full-on brawl.
Also, you stuck up, laying up doing, whoa, 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 whoa! Where's Stamp at? Where's Stamp at? She's touching me. Where the f*** is Stamp at?
Afterward, Coffee Brown kept it real in interviews.
First of all, let's start with the pocket tap. Okay. I let it fly. That's battle rap. That's battle rap. Then you dropping the flag. Okay, I live here. Like, I gotta leave out here after battle rap and answer to this shit, right?
She said Miami was doing way too much, forcing gang politics into a setting that was supposed to be about skill and wordplay.
Now you're bumping all up on me, like you're doing a lot. So now I need to, come on, like back the up. Like, what's the deal? Like, honestly, anybody that's complaining about what I did or how the battle went, I don't know what else to tell you. That personal, bro.
It was a reminder of how quick battle rap can flip. 1 minute, it's about punchlines. The next minute, it's life and death disrespect. And while Ms. Miami barely dodged getting checked that night, the next rapper we're about to talk about, he caught so many fades it almost became part of his image. In the Chicago rap scene, IUKD became known more for catching fades than his music after a series of incidents that started with one response track. It started when Rico Reckless dropped that disrespectful hit 'em up freestyle, calling KD out for clout chasing, fake designer, and even talking on his girl. KD fired back thinking he could match the energy, but all he really did was gas up the fire. By September 2016, Rico and his boys had enough of the back and forth and decided to settle it face to face.
Show y'all these Chicago rappers. Not really as tough as they say they is. Who's gonna talk? Everybody gonna talk. Cause I'm not on that. I ain't on that with you.
They didn't just press KD, they made both him and his homie walk back everything they'd said, giving him a reality check straight from the streets.
Say Reckless Renegade, I'm keeping Reckless Renegade out of my mouth. Say I'm keeping Reckless Renegade out of my mouth. Say it to the people. I'm keeping it out, I don't get no further. Don't.
You'd think that would have humbled KD for good, but by summer 2018, he was running his mouth again. This time about Tekashi, 6ix9ine, and Treyway.
Yeah, that ain't KD, so it's F Treyway. We ain't doing nothing over here, ain't no F Treyway, nothing over here. This ain't got nothing to do with 6ix9ine. We real Billy over here. We real Billy over here.
Well, that move cost him more than words. They snatched his chain, and instead of just keeping it, they went live, flexing it for everybody to see.
And we got your favorite rapper chain. He's still wearing fake diamond, fake hair, fake wearing fake jewelry, fake rappers wearing fake jewelry. Come on, man.
In this game, it doesn't matter how far you think you've made it. Your past, your mouth, and your choices can still come back and take everything away. El Snapo, born Damon Tay Kelly in Lauderhill, Broward County, Florida, is a rising force in hip-hop known for his raw energy, gritty storytelling, and signature zooty sound. El Snapo thought he could pull back up in his old block like time had froze, like the beefs he left behind were dead and gone. But the streets don't forget. The second he touched down, an old op clocked him. No words, no warnings, just hands. Snapo tried to hold his ground, but he was outnumbered and out of position. The fight turned quick, leaving him eating punches and catching kicks, until he hit the pavement face first. What should have been a trip back home turned into a public L. For a rapper who once flexed about respect on his name, getting left laid out in front of the same streets that raised him was a brutal reminder. You can't outrun Old Smoke. Because out here, it doesn't matter how many songs you drop or how high you climb. The past got a way of pulling you right back down. In Atlanta's rap scene, Bankroll Fresh, born Trentavious White, had all the momentum. His music was buzzing, his name was growing, and he was on the verge of becoming the next big star out of the city. But on one night in 2016, that rising career came to a sudden and violent end. On March 4th, 2016, the tension that had been building between him and his old associate finally snapped. Both Bankroll Fresh and Plug G ended up at the same Atlanta recording studio. Plug wasn't even supposed to be there. He had just swung back to grab his phone, not realizing Fresh and his crew were still inside.
So I leave the studio, but I check my pockets. So I guess when we fell down the steps, I dropped both of my phones inside the studio. So I pulled back up to the studio.
Surveillance cameras outside the studio told the real story. This wasn't a random pull-up. Both sides came deep, strapped and ready, like they knew it might go left the second they crossed paths. According to investigators, it was actually Fresh who led off the first round.
Times while yelling at the people in the vehicle. Then you can see Bankroll Fresh fire the first shot toward the Charger.
But once the first shot rang, there was no turning back. Plug and his people returned fire. And in the chaos, Bankroll got hit.
Bankroll walks back into the studio. You see the glass on the front door of the studio shatter, which is when police believe that he was shot in the right hip.
The cameras even showed his team trying to rush him out, carrying him to get medical help. But despite the scramble to save him, the wounds were too severe. Fresh didn't make it.
Then, about 2 minutes later, we see Bankroll Fresh being carried out of the studio by friends who drive him to Hugh Spalding Children's Hospital. Gunfire then.
For a rapper on the come-up, it was a heartbreaking end. Not at a show, not on tour, but in a war with someone he once called a friend. Old beef, old jewelry, and old politics turned deadly, proving once again that the streets don't care how far you've made it. They'll always pull you back in if you let them. Pookie Locke, born Henry Lee Clark III, was a rapper out of Macon, Georgia, affiliated with Jeezy's corporate Thugs Entertainment crew. But in 2005, his name became etched into hip-hop history after a botched home invasion went wrong. Pookie Locke made the fatal mistake of underestimating Gucci Mane. Back in May 2005, at the time tensions between Gucci and Jeezy were bubbling heavy. Their collab on Icy had gone left. Money disputes, ego clashes, and street affiliations turned what should have been a win into open hostility. So when Pookie Locke, repping Jeezy's side, slid with 3 other men to a Decatur apartment where Gucci was chilling, the intent was clear. They weren't there to talk. They kicked in the door, rushed the spot, and put hands on Gucci immediately.
One of them had a weapon, one of them had brass knuckles, and hit him with brass knuckles. Then hit him real hard, had him wrapped up. Another guy had a weapon, hit one of the other guys.
But here's the thing. Gucci wasn't moving like a rookie at that moment. Once the beating got serious and he felt the walls closing in, he reached for the pistol he kept on him. Shots rang out inside that small apartment, sending everyone scattering.
It became a situation where he defended himself. Somebody yelled, one of the other 5 guys yelled, shooting, something to that effect. He grabbed a gun that was nearby and he started the open.
Days later, Pookie Locke's body turned up in the woods near a middle school. That confirmed Gucci's rounds had connected. The streets were buzzing and the message was loud. Trying to press him in his own space had consequences. When Gucci spoke on it later, he didn't sugarcoat a thing. He said straight up that he had no regrets, because when your life's on the line, hesitation gets you killed.
For instance, you ever think about that and you think like maybe I could have handled that different, especially when you did like the diss record?
He needed to be in the ground, put his ass where he supposed to be.
Pookie's death shows that rap beef doesn't always stay on wax. Sometimes it's slow pressure, then one night it erupts, and somebody doesn't make it back home. FBG Duck, born Carlton Weekly, was a Chicago rapper who rose to prominence as a central figure in the Flyboy Gang, FBG, and the city's drill movement. Duck's music gave voice to the violence and struggles of Chicago's South Side. FBG Duck had been firing shots in his music for years, not just at random, but directly at O-Block and their fallen members. Those disses weren't just rap bars. They cut deep, turning music into blood-stained disrespect. Everyone in the city knew the tension, and Moo Wop, along with the rest of O-Block, had been biding their time, waiting for the green light. On August 4th, 2020, Duck thought he was safe moving through Chicago's upscale Gold Coast, shopping in broad daylight. But all it took was one spotter and a call made in seconds that sealed his fate. Security cameras back in O-Block caught Moo Wop and his crew springing into motion the moment that call came through. Traffic cams tracked 2 cars weaving through the city, blowing red lights like rules didn't exist. They weren't creeping, they were rushing, locked on one mission. By the time they reached Oak Street, Duck was already a sitting target. Moo Wop and the others jumped out with zero hesitation, opening fire in the middle of one of Chicago's busiest shopping districts. Dozens of rounds flew, leaving chaos in the streets. Duck didn't make it out. His last stand ended right there on the pavement, in the same city he repped so hard in his music. And while the shooters sped off, thinking they got clean, cameras had already done their job. Investigators pieced it together frame by frame. The cars flying downtown, the ambush itself, and then the same vehicles rolling right back into O-Block like nothing happened. That digital trail was too perfect, leaving prosecutors with everything they needed.
Man, it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. I'm back, bro. I'm back. You told me where to be at. I'm back.
In the streets, people say dissing the dead comes with a price, and for Duck, the cost was fatal. But catching a fade with your girl watching, that takes the humiliation to another level. South LA rapper Treyway 6K, who's always been vocal about repping Hoover in his music, got caught slipping at the worst possible time. The ops spotted him and saw an opportunity, and when that moment came, none of his street ties, none of his music clout, none of that mattered. It turned into a straight fade in broad daylight.
Ooh. What the f?
And here's the thing, it wasn't just Treyway 6K that caught it. His girl got dragged into it too, both of them taking hits while the cameras rolled.
They jumped right here at the gas station. What the f?
The footage blew up online, spreading everywhere within hours. Suddenly, the world saw a side of Treyway that rappers never want to be remembered for. Not on stage, not in a video shoot, but laid out in the middle of the street.
They still getting on. They still getting on that. Oh! They just beat the. What the f? Oh!
That's the reality check. In LA, no matter who you are, you can't ever get too comfortable. The streets don't care about your rap career, your crew, or your reputation. All it takes is one slip, and it can go from date night to fight night in seconds. From catching hands with his girl to catching it in the streets, some rappers learn the hard way that moving solo in the wrong part of town never ends well. Jacksonville's rap scene has never been short on tension, and La Jarvo from A Block 6 Block ended up learning that the hard way. Normally, he moves sharp, keeping himself out of vulnerable spots, but even the ones who stay on point slip up sometimes.
Say it. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds, bro. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds.
On this particular day, he found himself solo when Luke Ben and Hardhead from KKG S4C spotted him. And in a city where block politics run deep, being caught without your circle can flip the situation quick.
Say I ain't let you go nowhere, Jarvo. I ain't let you go nowhere. You know it, bro. You know this shit here now.
With no backup and nowhere to duck out, La Jarvo ended up catching a heavy fade, one that was recorded and blasted across social media within hours.
Say it, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 5.
It wasn't just a random scuffle either. It was another reminder of how rap beef in Jacksonville never stays confined to the booth. Old rivalries, deep-set street politics, and block-to-block tension mean that any slip in judgment can come with serious consequences. From getting caught in your own backyard to this next rapper, sometimes it's not even about your block, but about being in the wrong studio at the wrong time. Scarfo Da Plug, an Atlanta rapper, flew out to Los Angeles thinking it was just business as usual, another studio night, another track to record. But the second he stepped out, surveillance cameras caught the moment things went sideways. A crew ran down on him outside the studio, stripping him for his chain and even his sneakers. And instead of staying in the shadows, the robbers doubled down. They hit Instagram like it was a scoreboard, flashing Scarfo's chain online as if it was a trophy they just earned.
Not either. Try that one in. Try that black part. Nothing. Well, you know,
No. That's when the whole situation went from a quiet loss to a public humiliation. Out-of-town moves can get tricky fast, and Scarfo learned the hard way that the streets don't care about industry status. The internet will make sure everybody sees when reality checks your image. Even the biggest names can get caught slipping, and Tuggin Staines learned that the hard way, thinking he was meeting up with a girl. Two Staines ended up face-to-face with people he'd been having problems with.
Draco. What's up, Two Stains?
What's up, dude?
Say Draco.
Draco.
Say OTB.
OTB.
Say all my dead homies.
all my damn.
Say sorry for saying Tamo.
Sorry for saying Tamo.
And you won't say it again.
And I won't say it again.
Why not?
Things got ugly quick. They didn't just beat him down. They made him clown his own dead homie.
You naked in the car?
I am.
You naked in the car, gang?
Asshole naked, folks.
You naked in this bitch. You a goofy. You asshole naked, gang.
For a rapper who built his image on being hard in the streets and on camera, this was rock bottom.
What's up, bro?
He stripped me like the goofy I am.
What's up, bro? Hey, wipe that blood off your face. What happened? Don't tell him what happened. Hey, wipe that blood off your face with your sweater.
Yeah, the guys who filmed it got hit with Fed time, 25 years on the line just for putting it online. But by then, 2 Staines' reputation was already shot.
You want to be oh-so gang in your raps, though, nigga. You want to be oh-so gang in your raps. You just rap capping, huh? You just be rap capping?
All that shit for fake, bro.
All that shit fake? All that fuck tape shit fake?
Fake as hell.
Yeah?
Everything fake.
Oh, yeah?
Everything I say.
Hey, how I catch you, bro?
Now, taking an L doesn't just end when it happens. It gets recorded, shared, and played back by thousands of people on repeat. Social media can make anyone feel untouchable. But DMV rapper Smoke Choppa found out the hard way that Instagram threats don't mean much when you're face-to-face with your ops. Choppa had been flexing heavy online, flashing a gun, dropping threats, and talking about how he'd handle anyone who stepped to him.
Man, you know you damn well you can't duck them switches. I don't give a f about all that other shit. Yeah. Cap the internet, you know you can't.
But when those same rivals actually pulled up on him in the neighborhood, all that internet energy vanished.
Oh, what the f? Oh, the hell? Oh, hey.
They even started recording, catching Choppa looking nervous and dodging the confrontation after everything he'd been talking online.
If you don't get out and fight, use a bitch in my eyes. I ain't got nothing else to say to you. On GQ, on the code, bro. You on the internet. You Smoke Choppa, you on the internet. I'm letting you know now, you on the internet.
The clip spread fast. And just like that, the shooter image he built on social media crumbled. Instead of being feared, Smoke Choppa became the punchline, another reminder that clout online doesn't always protect you in real life. Digga D is one of the biggest names to come out of the UK drill scene. Born in West London, he started writing bars as a teenager and quickly gained attention for his raw delivery and unapologetic lyrics. But that notoriety comes with heavy baggage. His long-standing beef with rival crews, especially B-Side, has put him in dangerous spots more than once. His ops don't just talk about it, they pop up where he's at.
Pitbull. Hey! A man like Digga D doing dashes and that. Hey, what's going on?
One time, B-Side members caught him slipping in the streets and pressed him on sight. But Digga knew the play. He followed orders and kept it moving.
I didn't think so.
You're not involved. You're not involved. Say fuck, bro. Say fuck, bro.
But the wildest situation wasn't in public, it was at home. His enemies pulled up right to his doorstep trying to kick their way inside. With the doors being forced, Digga didn't hesitate. He jumped straight out the window, risking it all just to stay alive.
Where Digga D in there? Where Digga D in there? I think a D. I think a D. I think a D unique. I think a D unique. I think a D.
But survival came with controversy. He left a woman inside the flat while making his escape. A move that had people questioning his loyalty and how he handles pressure when things get real. Ralphie OSS was on the come-up, but his rise wasn't built on gimmicks or industry hype. He was tapped in heavy with the streets. Unlike the rappers who spit about a lifestyle they've never touched, Ralphie was deep in the same politics he rapped about. These weren't some clout-chasing block boys trying to make noise. The dudes sliding on him were real hitters, and they came locked in on one mission, to take him off the map. The car pulled up, doors swung open, and Ralphie was staring down barrels meant to end him right there. But the streets are unpredictable, and something wild shifted the outcome. Right when they squeezed, the gun jammed. Just like that, the trigger betrayed them. And that one malfunction was the paper-thin line between Ralphie living to see another sunrise or becoming another mural on the block. Call it luck, call it divine intervention. Either way, it saved his life.
That shit hit my legs. And it hit my legs, I fall. When I fall, no bed, bro.
Because while Ralphie was facing real-deal killers, some rappers out here can't even stomach a basic confrontation without folding under pressure. Ra was a young Bronx rapper who built his buzz by talking reckless online, always dissing K-Flock and his crew like he was untouchable. On the internet, he moved like he couldn't be touched. But the second K-Flock pressed him face to face, all that tough talk disappeared.
Nigga, this my shit. You know what I do. Bull day, bitch, I'm trying to spin.
Look how comfortable I am on it.
The video spread fast, and Ra tried spinning it on Instagram like it wasn't what it looked like. But once the street saw the footage, his reputation was already fried.
Somebody tag K-Flock. Somebody tag K-Flock. Niggas not playing. Come right back. Niggas outside right now as we speak. You coming through hard and on live, blocking off your lives when they can't see your shit.
From there, things only got darker. Ra took it a step further by disrespecting dead ops like Jari and Elliott, something that isn't just a diss and Bronx drill, it's a death wish. One day, while hopping into an Uber, reportedly on his way to the studio, two shooters pulled up on scooters and lit it up. Night that move sealed his fate. In this game, you don't just risk it by talking tough online, and sometimes, all it takes is saying the wrong name in the wrong city to sign your own death certificate. Main Target is an emerging drill and hip-hop artist hailing from Jacksonville, Florida, and is known for hard-hitting tracks and high-energy flows. The whole situation started when Main Target got exposed for texting his homie Aki Heem's girl. Instead of keeping it private, the drama spilled all over social media, and the two started trading shots online.
Oh, shit. I don't text Maya and I don't text Rose. So shit. My bitch. Please don't text my bitch.
Oh, shit.
Cause I be saying that shit, cuz, like, what the f? Like, stop playing.
You talking about me? You talking to me?
Y'all ass goofy. Y'all
What, you talking to me? What, you talking to me?
Yes, both y'all. Both y'all was in. Both y'all text her. Like, what the f?
Main Target denied everything, but Aki Heem wasn't buying it.
Y'all that goofy.
But I got a girlfriend, bro. Don't do that, bro. Stop putting out my name. I ain't never text.
Fuck these hoes. These hoes for everybody.
Well, these hoes for everybody, man. But I ain't never text your hoe though, twin. You know me, I love you too much. I would never touch you.
But that
text
hoe.
your
Pretty soon, Main Target got pressed and told Aki Heem to pull up.
bitch, man. I ain't finna argue with you on no internet, man. You know where I'm at. Pull up.
Y'all don't argue with me, cuz.
You know where I'm at. Pull up.
I do know you
gangster,
at,
pull up. Instead of
But Aki Heem escalated it, dropping real threats that went way past internet talk.
I would beat your ass. I seen you fight,
It's
bro.
mercy
You a
you
look.
wanna beat
Then
mine.
pull up on me. Why you want me to pull up on you? We'll pull up right now. I swear to God. This ain't never gonna get farther than the fight. That's what I'm saying. You can fight me. You can pull up right now.
Just a week later, Main Target was walking down Commonwealth Avenue with his cousin when things turned deadly. Security cameras captured the moment a black Kia Soul pulled up, and that's when bullets started flying.
A gang-related shooting in Jacksonville leaves a 7-year-old child dead and a 21-year-old man with serious critical injuries.
By the time it was over, Main Target was left in critical condition. Police said he was the intended target, but the tragedy was his little cousin, an innocent kid who had nothing to do with the beef, losing his life that day.
Never thought that I'd be burying one of my babies.
But this was the kind of story that proves how fast online drama can spiral into real-world violence. And worse, it showed how the people who pay the price aren't always the ones involved. It's the innocent caught in the crossfire. And nowhere was that more clear than in Dallas, where this rapper's story took a tragic turn. Lil Ronnie, a Dallas native, came up as part of the Texas rap scene that's known for its raw energy, punchy beats, and street storytelling. Ronnie thought it was just another ordinary day, pulling into a local car wash with his daughter riding along. But in the streets, routine stops can turn deadly in seconds. Two gunmen rolled up while Ronnie's vehicle was being cleaned. Without a word, they let loose, spraying the car with dozens of rounds. They didn't care that a girl was inside. They only cared about making sure Ronnie never left that lot alive.
Two gunmen. Dozens of evidence markers show where the gunfire erupted today at the car wash on I-20 at Forest Hill Drive. A 30-year-old rapper and his daughter.
When the gunfire stopped, the car wash looked like a war zone. Investigators later counted shell casings scattered everywhere. It was a brutal reminder that in this world, nothing is off limits. Even kids aren't enough to make someone think twice. But that's the way the streets move. Sometimes they sit back, wait, and let you feel comfortable before striking when you least expect it. On November 11th, 2020, Dallas rapper Mo3 was driving down Interstate 35 when the unthinkable happened. Another car pulled up and gunfire erupted, turning the busy highway into a war zone in broad daylight. Pinned down inside his vehicle, Mo3 made a desperate choice. He bailed out and tried to escape on foot, but his attacker wasn't done. The gunman chased him right down the interstate, firing shot after shot as cars swerved around the chaos. With nowhere to hide on the open stretch of road, Mo3's chances were slipping fast. He was struck multiple times and didn't survive. He was just 28 years old. In the aftermath, investigators revealed what many already suspected. This wasn't random. It tied back to a feud with fellow Dallas rapper Yella Beezy, who was accused of putting the hit in motion.
Still no public sighting of North Texas rapper Yella Beezy after he bonded out of jail at 10 o'clock this morning. He's charged with capital murder in the 2020 death of Dallas rapper Mo3.
Watch the Mo3 shooting proved how rap beefs can spill out of the studio and onto the streets, where records don't get settled with words, but with bullets. Lil JoJo thought he was just making music, but in Chicago, words carry weight. His diss tracks aimed at Lil Reese and his crew weren't just records, they were disrespect that touched real street ties. JoJo kept pressing the line, thinking it was just rap beef, but the tension kept stacking until it spilled out of the music and into real life. On September 4th, 2012, JoJo was cruising his block with friends, riding bikes like any other teenager. It felt like a normal day, until a car slid up on them. No words, no warning, just gunfire. JoJo and his crew had no time to move, no time to even think. The shooters unloaded, catching him wide open in the middle of his own neighborhood. JoJo didn't make it out. His death became another reminder of how unforgiving Chicago's drill scene can be. The streets instantly tied it back to the beef with Lil Reese's camp, though nobody ever got charged. It showed the brutal reality that sometimes you don't get a second chance to react. Even a teenage ride around the block can turn into the last one if the wrong eyes catch you slipping. Robert Boston, better known as Lil Rob, and his boy Ontario Monty Williams thought they hit a come-up when they robbed Bloodhound Jeff for his chains. But instead of falling back and moving quiet, they made the mistake every rookie makes. They jumped straight on Instagram, flashing the jewelry like trophies.
Tell the ops, stop winning that, stop fake, stop winning that fake.
50K.
Tell the ops, stop winning that fake.
That flex didn't last long. On January 26, 2024, right after leaving school, both of them got caught slipping. They weren't watching their surroundings, weren't moving smart, and Jeff's people were already on them. After it all went down, Jeff didn't duck the spotlight. He leaned into it. He hopped on Instagram Live, letting everybody know exactly how the tables turned.
And poof. Gotta go. After that one, poof. I came back, poof. Won't let them though.
For Jeff, it wasn't just about the chains. It was about sending a message. If you try to eat off his name and then parade it online, there's a price to pay. Jay Youngin found himself in the middle of a messy beef with NBA YoungBoy, all sparked by personal drama around YoungBoy's baby mama, Jania. What should have stayed behind closed doors turned into public smoke when YoungBoy dropped 38K facts, putting Jay's name in the dirt and making it crystal clear he had a problem. Jay never fired back on a track, but the whispers in the streets were louder than any diss record. On July 27, 2022, things went left in the worst way. 5 shooters pulled up outside Jay's home in Bogalusa, moving like it was planned out step for step. The young rapper had no real chance to fight back. No time to even run.
2 people were shot tonight in Bogalusa. Sources are telling us one of the victims is a rapper with a long criminal history who goes by Jay Youngin.
Officially, no one tied YoungBoy to what happened, but the timing and the method kept the streets buzzing with theories. Some rap beefs fizzle out before they get too deep, others turn deadly. And in this game, there's always rappers who keep pushing lines until they sign their own death warrant.